All right, concluding day 7 here at the North Platte Walmart Dedicated Fleet. I got home at 1:20 a.m. Like I said, I was down to Aurora, Colorado. There were 3 stops. At one of them, I did go into the store and actually pick up my groceries for the week, so that was convenient, being at a Walmart where I usually shop anyway. But being home at 1:20 in the morning means you can't go on duty again until 11:20 the next morning. You got to have your 10-hour rest. So day 8, all right, still here. I got my pre-plan at 9:20 and the trailer was ready at 9:20, but couldn't go on duty for 2 more hours because I got in so late the night before. So once again, got a late start. Got out of here at like a little after noon. Back to the Denver area with 3 stops. Once again, a reefer, and got back home here into my parking spot at 1 a.m. Now, here's the next thing. I've reset last week on Tuesday. Now it's Monday, and I only had 5.5 hours left on my clock. Yesterday, I made a call saying I need to get home in about a week, so I need to get off this dedicated fleet like tomorrow and start heading me back toward Florida. So I did that yesterday, but you know, when they switch you over to the dedicated fleet, all your communication with your tablet is through the DC here. You're not talking to your OTR asset manager in Lincoln anymore. And when I phoned the number for driver services, and I thought I was talking to Lincoln, but I was actually talking to the people here. So even your phone calls are diverted to here, even though you're calling the number in Lincoln. So this morning, I got up after my rest and everything and went in and took a shower and kind of wondering what was going on today. So I phoned the number again and said, "Hi, this is Kevin, and here's my truck number, and what's going on today? I've only got 5 hours left on my 70-hour clock. I need to get off this dedicated fleet and start heading home." And I was talking to somebody right here, right at the terminal here in North Platte, right? So they were saying, all right, you're just going to reset today. Well, that's good to know, because now it's already like 11 o'clock in the morning. So, all right, I guess I'm not driving today. They have to switch you all back over, get your truck assigned back to your asset manager in Lincoln and all that stuff. Then I would get a load from them for tomorrow. So that's how that's going to work. So today is my reset day. Even though I had 5 hours left, I'm not going to use them. I'll start out tomorrow morning. And again, I can't start until 11 o'clock in the morning, because 34 hours is 10 and 24, right? So I'll get a late start tomorrow morning, and I need to find an empty trailer. I wonder if I can snag one here. I do have a pre-plan getting me out of here. I'm gonna deadhead down to Denver and do a little drop and hook business down there. So today is reset day. Pumped a little iron, jump rope, got some exercise. I'm gonna need another shower now. I had a big breakfast. I think it's a liver night. Gonna set up the frying pan outside the truck and get some good iron. So let's conclude here what we learned. Basically 7 days working. I was here 8 days. There was a reset day in the middle. 7 days working, 3,583 miles. So averaging over 500 miles a day. And after the first load I got really late in the afternoon, and it was 800 miles round trip. Got me back late the next afternoon, but that's because I came in and you know, kind of surprised them and got started late. All the loads after that were between 500 and 600 miles, and I was able to do them in 1 day. Pick up the trailer, fuel the reefer, scale right here by the gate, on my way, sometimes stopping somewhere else to fuel the truck. Managed to go all the way out and come all the way back. Now, if anything had happened, like most days, I was running that clock right down to the wire at the end, like 1 hour left on the 14 or 20 minutes left or something like that. So if there had been any complications, anything happening at the stores or traffic or weather or something like that, I wouldn't have made it back in the same day. I would have had to sleep somewhere out there on the road, and good luck finding a place to sleep, right? At midnight, all the truck stops are full, so that would have been fun. But then to come back with the empty trailer the next morning, I would have to send my PTA when I'm available after 10 hours rest, and then wait until they send me the pre-plan and tell me the next trailer's ready before I show up here. Because if I just jump in the truck, drive back here, drop the empty and say, okay, I'm ready to go, and then the next trailer's not ready for 3 or 4 hours, my 14-hour clock is counting down, and I'm going to be in the same situation the next day, only worse, and it'll just carry on. You know, you'll be later and later every day, so you gotta really think ahead about that too. So that was a big thing here. Don't go on duty until your trailer's ready. When they send the trailer ready message, you go in, get your paperwork, and then you go on duty, do your pre-trip, you know, your time for that, and then over you go, get the empty trailer, and you're out of here within like an hour of getting the trailer ready message. But if you go on duty first thing in the morning and your trailer's not ready for a few hours, you've wasted that time on your 14-hour clock, and you're not going to make as much money that day. So we got to remember to do that. Wait for that trailer ready message. And when you get in at night, send your message to them. Even if you already mentioned your PTA when you got the load, or when you did your empty call, whatever, send them a separate written message saying, this is when I'm available tomorrow, and then they will plan it in for that, and you're not going to wind up sitting around waiting or wasting a lot of time. I think when I was in Cheyenne last year, I think they had us fill the tank on the reefer when we got back, but then you'd check it on the way out, and if it was less than 3/4, you'd top it up. Here, we seem to be just filling them as we're leaving, but every trailer I brought back, I had between 1/2 and 3/4 of a tank left, so nobody I saw was filling the reefers when you return with the empty. So then they start them up, load them up, and then you fill them up as you're leaving to make sure it's full in case you run into any trouble on the road. You got a lot of fuel, and that thing will keep running. That was a little something to remember. It seemed like the refrigerated trailers, even though I'd get the pre-plan in the morning, sometimes they were loaded between, you know, like around 9 or so, but sometimes even as late as 1 in the afternoon before that trailer was ready. So some days, even though you're ready to go, you're sitting around for a few hours. And what happens when I come back late at night, like midnight or 1 in the morning, I don't want to do nothing but go to sleep. I'm really tired, and I don't cook or anything. Usually I'm snacking all the way in the truck anyway. I'm not that hungry when I get back. But yeah, usually, you know, one or two nights I went in and took a shower and then fell into bed, and after that I was, nope, park the truck, make sure you sent all your messages, and hit the rack. That's it. So your time to do things and, you know, organize and pre-plan and eat and prepare is all in the morning. That's how it went all week. Couple of things. Okay, the territory here, I went as far south as Dodge City, Kansas, and southwest down to Denver. I went as far north as Vermilion, South Dakota, so just inside South Dakota. I was talking to a driver today. He said he's taking loads all the way up just onto the border of Canada in Minot, North Dakota. So that territory goes pretty far north, and I'm glad I'm not here in the winter, I'll tell you that. Also, every morning I walked into the lounge there. You know, you go to do your business or take a shower or get some water, refill your bottles. Something's cooking, you know. One day it was pancakes. One day people were doing omelets. The guy yesterday I was in there, he's making potato salad. So people use that kitchen in the lounge, and it's like being in grandma's kitchen. There's always something going on. Always, as soon as you walk in the door, the smell hits you. You know, like, oh, what's on the griddle today? You know, so that's kind of cool. Also, summarizing, it's a little tricky using the fuel pump here. There's 2 fuel lanes, and number 1 is shut down. It's not working the whole time I've been here. So you pull into number 2. If you're filling your trailer, there's a procedure. You got a little thing you got to swipe, and you got to make sure you got the trailer number, and you put that in, and then you got to activate the first pump and go to the other pump, or the other pump won't work because your main pump is actually on the passenger side. The satellite is on the driver's side, and that's the one you need for the trailers. So there's a whole procedure for that, and there's a different procedure if you're going to put fuel in your truck. So make sure if you come here like me, on temporary duty, get somebody to explain and show it and demonstrate it and take notes, because it's a little complicated until you've done it a couple of times. And you got to leave it in a certain way too, so the next guy right behind you doesn't come in and get sprayed with fuel or something, you know. Like, make sure you know the ins and outs of that fuel pump over there. Another, a negative thing here. My truck's been full of flies all week. I don't know if it's just this season or something's going on. Like, damn things. And they land on you when you're sleeping and wake you up, and they get on your food. It's disgusting. And I'm really bad with the fly swatter. Tanya's a good hunter. She is a great insect killer. You should have seen her go after centipedes down in the islands. That was crazy. But yeah, a lot of flies have been in my truck, and a lot of bugs splattered on the windshield and the grill and all over the truck. It's an insect heaven out here. I could smell manure constantly all day, and it would come in waves. It'd be really strong and it would drop off, and sometimes it would be a cattle, a livestock trucker passing me or something. But a lot of times it's the feedlots, or they're fertilizing the fields, or I don't know what. But I've been smelling cow poop all week. I'm getting kind of tired of that too. But on the good side, I really like driving out here. The roads are flat. There's no mountains to climb. There's no like steep descents and chugging up steep hills and fighting with other truckers that are going a little faster, a little slower, and all that. Nope. Flat as a pancake out here. Pavement's really good. Not a whole lot of construction zones, and the weather's been pretty good. We had one bad rainy day yesterday. I actually used my raincoat here for probably the first time all year, because it was pouring down hard. But then it cleared up later. Temperature's been a little too warm some days, and it's cooled off nicely now. It's like 70s. It's pretty good. So the other thing is light traffic. One of the reasons I volunteered and asked to come out here and do this for a week, I'm getting so tired of that East Coast traffic, man, and even into like Pennsylvania, Ohio, Nashville, Atlanta. It was so nice to be out here and just zip on down the road and just, keep your eyes open, check out, everything that's going on. You see stuff coming up and so on. Keep an eye on the weather too, because you can have some really high winds, and in the winter here you can get drifting snow and that black ice, that's invisible ice every now and then. But just a pleasure to drive out here in this time of year, I'll tell you. So that's all I got to say about my 1 week at the North Platte Walmart Distribution Center with CRETE's dedicated fleet out here. Everybody was super nice. People were helpful. It's a good facility. I didn't mind spending every night here. I mean, there's yard guys driving stuff around, and over here they're chopping up the concrete right now, doing some work on the place. But yeah, me and the flies had a good time. So let me see your comments down below. Hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up. It was a pleasure coming out here for a week. Now I got to get back to Florida. So I'll see you down the road. Bye for now.